Light guides your path. Though I believe darkness lies ahead for you. I expected your assaults to weaken the Vex. But I reach into the network now, and it pulls. Hungry. Greedy. Like slogging through mud. I felt this when you first walked through the network. You pushed into their system, and something malevolent pushed back. The sacred splicer must know the Vex, must understand what can and cannot be bent, yes. They are like the seasons, or the great seas. They surge and flow like a primal force. They cannot be manipulated. And yet something is doing just that. I do not know what it is, or why it has targeted your city. But I see the great machine hanging above, and I worry. This endless night has greater purpose. Be cautious now, Guardian. Darkness is coming for you. Shine your light on the truth.
And just like that, I welcome you back, Guardians. This week in Destiny 2 there is cause for concern, as we make our way back through yet another Vex network cluster. We make our way back to the Labyrinth, but it is changed, infested by the Taken. Mithrax also realizes this, after we slay the corrupted version of the oppressive mind.
Can you feel that? The threads of night unraveling as if a veil is being lifted. The network is laid bare, its threads converging on... What is this?
Mithrax, what's wrong? What do you see?
An infestation. I have found the Vex at the source of the endless night. Quria, the dreaming mind. Its code has been corrupted by Taken magic.
Savathun. We've been played.
Quria has been commanding the other Vex, poisoning their minds, directing them at Savathun's will. The endless night is of Savathun's design.
It would seem the Witch Queen has outmaneuvered us. But perhaps she did not count on us seeing her hand so soon.
Then we strike now! Mithrax and I will lead forth. We bring the fight to Quria and crush it! We cannot rush into this. We must find a safe route through the Vex domain where Quiria's hiding. Any time we give is time for Savathun to scheme. No scheming, we shoot!
I know, Saint, but we have to be careful. Mithrax, will you report your findings to the Guardian back at the helm?
I wish my news was not so grave. But I can confirm that it is the Taken Vex mind Quria at the center of the simulation that plagues this city. Quria serves the Witch Queen Savathun. It is she who is responsible for the endless night.
Are you certain of your data? After all, Savathun is known for her deceptions.
Osiris, I did not know you had access to this channel.
I wish to confer with you and the Guardian privately.
The Splicers feel Quiria's spirit. Hollow, calculating, taken. It lurks between realities as a blade between carapace plates. There is no mistake.
How did you miss this?
In the same way it went unseen by the mighty Osiris.
If my experience and wisdom can aid you in Quiria's capture, you may have it.
Capture. Quria is discordant and must be exorcised if the great machine's sky is to shine again.
The things we could learn were we to capture it. Think, Mithrax.
Dangerous. Ambitious. Assume capture is successful, captivity would prove difficult. Safer to eradicate.
I I will confer with Ikora to find us the best course of action.
Of course. Mithrax observes the city's guidance. You and the Guardians speak with Ikora. Elixni will continue to refine a strategy.
We then bring these findings to Ikora, who is still concerned with not only Lakshmi, but also the impact of the Endless Night on the citizens of the Lost City.
Guardian, be vigilant. We must consider our discovery of Savathun to be part of her plan. Perhaps she means to sow fear and suspicion among us. I won't allow her to drive us apart. When the time comes, I'll put a spear of light through the Witch Queen's heart myself. For now, I'm overturning all hidden records and full archival access to Osiris, but no one else. Lakshmi claims the Vanguard suffers from a lack of transparency. If she had access to our records, she'd cherry-pick whatever details were necessary to ground her prophecies. I need people I can trust to be objective. Some of our records on Savathun are fabricated truths, I'm sure. But in those lies are the strategies she used to topple the Dreaming City. History won't be repeating itself here. Continue your splicer training with Mithrax. Use it to root Savathun's minions out. We'll reassess the situation when we've located our target.
Quria lurks at the center of this
Mithrax advises us to continue our splicer training and focus on finding a way to take down the Vex.
Covered in black oil. Your splicer mastery has been growing. The great machine is unknowable, but I believe it acts with purpose. Just as we must act with purpose now. To find a way to reach Quria and end it. Sacred splicers must see the invisible machinery at work around us to understand its beauty and flaws, and our place within it. I think of my light as a torch, a beacon. Yours, though, I see as a weapon. I say this with respect. From what I know of the Great Machine, it would not create a weapon without needing to use it. Quria will be your target. Be ready, for there is no doubt it is.
For the next week, Mithrax then explains to us that he is close to finding a way to get back at not only the Vex, but also Savathun.
Guardian, I greet you in the light. Even if darkness hangs overhead. We were correct that an unseen hand was guiding the Vex. Quria, the dreaming mind, brought this endless night with it. It has been draining the energy from the city. We do not yet know why. Ikora and Osiris have thoughts, but the details do not change the truth. Quria must be stopped. But first, we must find it. I have reached into its domain, but the Vex forces break my sight. I believe I am close, but I must focus. You, Guardian, strike the Vex now, with great force, so that I may see Quria through your ripples. It may seek the destruction of your city, or of your vanguard, or something even greater may be at stake.
He sends us into the expunge mission known as Styx, where we defeat the reborn Cyclops. After this, Mithrax bypasses the Vex and finds himself in touch with the domain of Quria, and then explains to us that he's close to finding a way.
With this victory, the threads of night are further unraveled, and the weaver of this dark tapestry can no longer elude us. I have found a route to Quiria's hiding place, It is concealed behind numerous layers of defenses compiled by the Vex.
But now we have a target.
Something we can hit!
I would caution you against underestimating Quria.
Agreed. We must strike carefully, mitigate Quaria's ability to rally defenses. Then, punch through the network like a white-hot sword of praxic fire.
We can do this. Together. Together.
We then witness a small talk between Osiris and Saint 14, where the Saint explains to Osiris that he is asked by Lakshmi to take over as Titan Vanguard during the coup.
Osiris, there is something I must discuss with you. Lakshmi, she came to me with a proposal.
You taking over as Titan Vanguard? She discussed it with me as well. Lakshmi has radical ideas, but they are only words. No cause for alarm.
Good, good. Only words, of course.
She wants what is best for the people of the city. And in truth, you would make an excellent leader.
I do not seek authority. Zavala may have a beautiful desk, but he is chained to it. We could use less bureaucracy, maybe. More proactive strategies, where we reclaim ground taken from humanity. An open council in the city to speak with the citizens. Ah! I have imagined a new vanguard, led by us.
Led by you, I would stay back and advise. I lack the temperament for leadership.
Ah, a fantasy only. I told Lakshmi I would think about it so she would go away. The words, tasted like treason in my mouth.
Let her believe you are considering it. If you refuse, I imagine she might approach Lord Saladin next. And after what happened with Kaito,
I understand. Later we will speak more of this.
it appears Lakshmi is speaking a bit too freely. I would report her behavior to Ikora, though I imagine she already knows. You should continue working with Lakshmi. Don't mention what you've heard. We must keep this as quiet as we can. With the Endless Night and the Elixni here, the city has become a powder keg. One errant spark and it could be the end of the Vanguard.
When we next speak to Mithrax, he tells us it will most likely get worse before it will ever get better, and tells us to prepare for the worst.
I feel Quaria's vile presence pulsing in the heart of their network. I feel a strong hand pull against the threads tied to everyone living in this city. This has gone on too long, Guardian. None can spend so long in the night. Death surrounds this place. The true death, which always starts from within. I have heard your people say it is darkest before the dawn. There is comfort in that, yes. But I fear this endless night will grow even more terrible before we see the sun again.
And with that, we conclude everything that happened in the last 2 weeks in Destiny 2.
People of the Lost City, I come to you with an emergency announcement. One that Vanguard leadership wishes to keep from you. Future War Court has learned from Guardian sources that the Endless Night is the work of the High God of Deceit, Savathun. This is a grave development, but we cannot give in to despair. Instead, let it propel us to action. We must demand accountability from Vanguard leadership. We cannot allow Zavala and Ikora Rain to sell our city to the fallen. Why?
Enough! This is Ikora Rain. I will not stand by while this hateful rhetoric goes unchallenged. I understand it's hard to put the violence of the past behind us. But the Vanguard's responsibility is to preserve a just peace. Not for some, but for all. Lakshmi would have you live in fear. Fear of the Elixir. Fear of the future. But I propose something much stronger. Faith. Faith that bravery is not just a human quality. Faith that we are stronger together. Faith that the Vanguard and our Elixir allies will break the Vex hold on our city. And we'll do it united, as one, for the good of all.
People of the Last City, the last time I spoke to you, I was silenced. Clearly, Ikora Rey fears the ugly truth. The Vanguard have betrayed you. You need not take my word for it. Simply look at their actions. The Vanguard have turned their backs on the light, and now openly wield the darkness. They force you to shelter a horde of fallen, led by a fugitive with ties to the Vex. And finally, they try to cover up Savathun's involvement in it all. Ikora Rey claimed that the Fallen could stop the endless night. But on the contrary, they have only made things worse. It's even possible that the Witch Queen walks among them. Unfortunately, the current Vanguard will stop at nothing to protect their place in their ivory tower. They don't understand the people of the Last City, and their actions prove it. Future War called. A new monarchy's age.